See it, we use
No, but you know what I'm saying? You know, because both of y'all are from, and that's the basis of your whole fraternity. And every one of these motherfuckers is dicking us down.
Hey, we back. Classic Conversation with JT and Lo.
And that's a car.
We tell you all the time, man, the conversation don't stop just gonna go to break, boy. It be kind of, it's very interesting.
It's my last time on this show. It's too dark in this hole.
Oh, man. Hey, so listen. Oh, let me read these comments real quick. What up, JT, man? Saw you chimed in for a minute. Number one, Fairmont Road apartments coming up everywhere, bus stops. Yep. Glenn Copeland said Fayette County is changing also.
Yep.
Atlanta just pushing all the black people down south. Millennial says both lack of knowledge and solidarity.
That traffic bad down there too, boy.
You said what?
That traffic bad down there. South?
Yeah. Our quiet and relatively crime-free areas going the way of the dodo birds. White folks out there, the only ones entitled to live in a peaceful, long-cared, idyllic community.
Hey, they care about that grass, so don't get it twisted.
Yeah, no doubt about that part. So listen, daggone Rod, we got. I don't know if this is a dark topic, but it's maybe semi.
We need some light in this hole.
It's maybe semi.
Okay,
but it's more of an informational thing, I guess. So Travis Rudolph. You know, familiar with Travis Rudolph?
I'm not. Enlighten me, please.
Travis Rudolph, former football player, who got locked up for murder because his girlfriend at the time basically lied on him. And then she basically called her brother, and told her brother to come shoot the place up because she caught the boyfriend cheating on him or whatever. And she straight lied. And they finally caught the evidence on the stand, and she had to admit that, you know, what she did when they found the text messages that she told him to come shoot it up. So the boyfriend and two other friends came over there to jump him. One of the guys in the backseat had a gun. Travis Rudolph fired. After they jumped him, he fired off quite a few shots and ended up killing one of the brother's friends, one of the other one. And so he was locked down for a year before he finally went to trial and found not guilty. And so the stand your ground actually worked for him, correct?
Correct.
Yes and no.
Talk to me.
I don't like. It makes the gun laws very confusing.
Okay.
Y'all both worked in law enforcement. Like, you can be jumped, your life can be put in danger, and then you can have something to protect yourself, to stand your ground. But there's still rules that you have to follow in that moment. And even though his stand your ground worked for him, he still had to be locked up for a year. So it did not work for him. It worked out later, but you need to be able to stand your ground and go home. Am I wrong? I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm put in a dangerous position and I got a gun where I'm trying to protect myself and I use it, I don't want to have to go to jail for a year to prove that I was protecting myself. I need to know that I stood my ground Monday. I want to go home Monday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion on stuff like that, bro.
Oh, you're right on that. And I'm gonna sound disgusting. I'm guessing.
I mean, you've been an asshole all day, but go ahead.
I'm taking JT's spot because that honestly is color based. It's color based. A white person standing their ground, but then you also got to look at typically when a white person stands their ground, they're standing in a more rural community. And the police actually interpret the law as it should be interpreted. But when it's somebody black, it's not interpreted the same way because that man was at his house protecting his own property. Men went there and that was clearly visible because when they looked at I could see maybe 1 or 2 hours jailing him or a day jailing him, but when you see the text messages, he should have been released. He wasn't.
Right.
And that's a textbook case of stand your ground.
Fair.
Now, later on, it may be something else that came out, maybe threats he made prior to that, but we're going strictly by what happened that night.
Exactly.
That's a textbook case for stand your ground. That's why I tell everybody, and I get on the soapbox again, get your concealed carry permit. When you hand that over after shooting, even though everybody can open carry now because of our stupid-ass governor, but when you have a concealed carry permit and when an officer comes and you hand that to him, you're going to be handled totally differently. Now, should it be that way? No. But anytime it's almost disarms the officer where it's okay, ooh, okay.
So give me the bullet points of that. So if you get your concealed carrying license, if in that same situation he was in, you feel like if he would have handed that over, it would have been handled differently.
I think so. People are going to say it wouldn't, but if you've been in law enforcement 30 years and you know how to handle, it's like, I don't use, a lot of times, a lot of people, when they view us, they don't use the same eyes that we view each other. Like 5 minutes talking to a brother, you can tell where he's from. Or what social status or whatever. Or if he's totally one way, you say, okay, he's infected.
Right.
But a lot of times when law enforcement comes to the scene, they see, and it's not everywhere, but some of the smaller jurisdictions, or just you have racist individuals, they just paint everybody with the same brush. Oh, he had an automatic, semi-automatic weapon. He shot 8 times out here. There's 4 of them. They all got guns. Must be drug related. Sprinkle some crack dust, a la Dave Chappelle. You know? And they all go to jail. Let God sort them out. And I think that there's a railroad. It doesn't happen in Atlanta or major metropolitan areas, but when you're talking about a more rural area or the state of Texas, no, I'm just joking. It's going to be handled differently. But, you know, you see it a lot of times when people in Florida use the stand your ground law.
All the time.
You know, it really depends. I wouldn't play it that way, people. Get your concealed carry permit, carry your gun properly, meaning use a holster. And it's, you know, it's just a sad thing.
Yeah.
So why do you think, based on what you said, why do you think he had to go to trial then? Because it's not like they did an investigation and they said, okay, we find you stood your ground. He had to go to trial.
And see, he had money, so I can't say it was because he didn't have money. Because that does factor into it in America. White, black, yellow, green, if you have money, you're going to be handled differently by our judicial system because you're going to have an attorney that's going to make them handle you properly or make them dot the I's and cross the T's. I think it's a situation in, I'm liberal as hell tonight, but it's like almost like existing while black in America, you're going to be handled differently. If anybody says that's not true, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Because some of it we earn, people, and I'm going to say this. It's going to go to the right, some people not going to like it. But dealing with infecteds through my career and the level of violence that they exhibit, when an officer, black, white, yellow, green, comes there, they're going to be on go until they see it's not a go situation just because of the level of violence.
Right.
Now, that doesn't justify it in any way because the police that arrived on the scene should have cuffed everybody.
Fair.
But when the investigator comes and they start seeing things, you got to look at the district attorney. Was he white? What's the demographics of the county? What's the crime in that county? Maybe he didn't want to be seen as, because remember, she was holding back that her brother was coming over to protect her.
Right.
And he just happened to have a gun. So when they're looking at it and she's declaring I'm a victim of violence and boom, 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 and they found out later on it was all lies, a district attorney really is, and this is where it's the racism factor into it, he's not going to stick his head out there to say some football player he can't actually attest to knowing.
Right.
And it's and a lot easier if you can legally keep him in there, let it ride on out. You know he's going to get out in a little while. But sad, but that's how the legal system works if you don't have money.
Right.
Or a name. Or a position.
But yet this lady shot this woman from her door because they were trying to find her. Remember they were playing in the yard, and the lady walked up to the door, and the white lady shoots this black lady and kills her at the front door. Yeah. She didn't have to sit. They're not making her sit a year.
Nope.
And that's what I'm talking about. How
not
color.
at all. I know exactly what you're talking about.
And that's the aspect where color does play into in America. Anybody that's in law enforcement will tell you you're going to be handled differently in Metro Atlanta than you would in South Georgia or North Georgia. And I'm not saying all cops are bad in South Georgia. No, they're not. There's a certain level of training. Atlanta Police Department, Gwinnett, Cobb gets more police training in a year. A lot of these counties, because of just the scarcity of income. There's no tax base. They don't get the same level of training.
It's fair.
What about
you have Cop City coming?
What about the lady? Should she have been charged?
I can't see. That's one thing in law enforcement teaches you. Until the trial comes, everybody's holding their hand. It's poker. everybody's got a poker face. Sometimes it'll be a poker face by a DA that knows he ain't got a good case, but he knows the guy did it. I'm gonna see if they gonna call my bluff. Okay, they take a plea deal, and he know he didn't have a strong case. Other times, there's case and evidence that they just don't want to release because it's gonna taint the jury pool, and they can't release enough just to satisfy the community. They can't say, well, I'm gonna let you know what really happened. That's why a lot of police shootings, everybody gets upset when an officer goes free, but when you look at all the evidence, the officer should have went free.
Lady lies on you, Roy. You had to sit in jail for a year. What do you think should happen to her?
If a lady lied on me?
And you had to sit in jail for a year for a lie.
Oh, bro, you're going to be very vengeful. You got a lot of dark time to think about some crazy stuff that you want to do.
Yeah.
So it depends on the person. But, yeah, the average person's going to want revenge. You're not going to sue her. You want to fight.
But
Would you want to pursue some type of charges against her? Though you think she should have to face something?
I don't think, because I think, man, a lot when those domestic disputes happen, there's nothing that you can prove. Because let's be realistic. Most domestic, I mean, y'all work in law enforcement. Most domestic disputes happen in private. So you don't have nothing to back you up. You don't have nothing to prove you were doing what you were supposed to be doing in that moment. That's why I asked him about when women lie on guys in domestic disputes. You can't prove it. It's just you and them there.
No,
and
with domestic violence in Georgia, they have a Domestic Crisis Intervention Act, which says when an officer arrives on the scene, be it the male or female, if it's LGBTQ, it doesn't matter. If you can pinpoint the aggressor must be arrested. If it's either through your investigation, if there's a laceration, any violence, if they're both cut up, they both get transported.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
There's rules of engagement as far as how you deal with them. So a lot of times when people say, why did the officer lock him up? He didn't even listen to the side of the story. If the officer comes there and it's a female that could have smashed her head with her own cell phone, which happens, and the officer the male doesn't have a scratch on him, but the female's got a black eye, do you think, just what we talked about, that male that got released and killed that female, do you really think that officer wants to let that man go when the Domestic Crisis Intervention Act tells him what he's supposed to do? He has to arrest.
What about when the police aren't called, though? What about something that happens on Monday night and nobody talks about it till Wednesday?
Well, if she makes the outcry, the first one is just like anything else. The first one that comes forward is the one that's going to be heard. So if I make the allegation against my girlfriend here and I could have been 100% the aggressor, the law has to act on what they heard. And what they heard was I said, she hit me 12 times. And by that time, I've smacked myself in the head and got a scar.
That's
now
insane.
they arrest her, and she may be able to, but she could be railroaded too, because if she doesn't have any evidence countering what I said, she's going to have to get arrested. And if she can't make bond, she's going to sit until her day in court comes.
Yeah, I feel that. It's just, man, this judicial system, man, it's just not set up for us, bro. And now, like with the stand your ground, like I remember during the pandemic, everybody was buying guns. Oh, I got this many guns, I got that many guns. I'm like, yeah, you got them. But if you got in a situation where you had to use it, could you use it properly and go home? I always challenge brothers with that. You know, I'm from Montgomery, bro. Y'all know how Montgomery is, bro. Like, I've been in scenarios that I've gotten out of without having a weapon on me. That if I would have had a weapon on me, I probably would have used it, if that makes sense.
Sure. That makes a lot of sense.
So now I walk around with the mentality like, thank God I didn't have it in those situations, and I move forward. So now I don't want to be a guy that walk around every day with right here on my hip, because I can have those same scenarios and I might feel the same way. But it's not just out of not wanting to do that. Even if I was in that scenario and I did it to protect myself, could I do it properly and not get arrested? And I think that's what brothers aren't educated on. And there needs to be more people talking about that.
That's all of America. That's all of America. I think there should be training required. You're forced to take classes for anything else but a weapon that can end it instantly. And you are right. During the pandemic, more people bought guns. More African Americans bought guns. Yeah. And that's the upswing in black-on-black violence from not the infected, but just regular people. Like you said, I have a gun. Most I would have did was cuss your ass out, and shoot the bird at you, whatever.
Keep it moving.
In the moment I pull a gun, that's a lot of the charges. A lot of black women in Atlanta are getting charged with women, period. But I know of African Americans pointing the gun. Because they don't see that. I wasn't gonna shoot her. I've heard that on 3 different scenes. I'm not gonna shoot her. And all it was, they wanted to scare, they wanted to point the gun. I'll shoot you.
Yeah.
But you also got to look at the number of times they're actually committing the act also.
They'll realize
it changes lives.
It take 1 second to change your whole life.
Changes lives.
Facts.
That noise right there.
There needs to be gun reform in America. And like I said, I've always been far right on gun control. I'm still far right. I believe we have the right to bear arms because I do not want to be in a country with as many issues that we have at times. And not all black, not all white, but the issues we have, and not be armed. But I also believe, in seeing what I've seen the last couple of years and the level of violence, that there need to be set penalties for people that violate gun laws, and there also need to be requirements, including from mental health to training to accountability, where if you do commit a crime, have certain crimes that you can't get a gun. Bill Clinton signed it into law was in when his first year or second year, that if you commit a domestic offense, you can't have a gun. You can't own a gun again. Mm-hmm. It affected a lot of law enforcement, military, but they've kind of gotten away from that. And I think if you have laws set up like that,
right,
where there's requirements, you're going to have to, it'll be another government agency, but it'll be just to track guns. And so people that shouldn't have guns won't be able to get guns. And if those people are caught with guns, there should be mandated sentencing, mandatory sentencing. That's okay, you're going to get 5 years, 10 years. And anybody that's involved in a domestic should not be allowed to have a gun.
Fair.
So real quick segue, because I just want to get your opinion on this, Rod. We had this conversation last week. As, we had a couple females in the building, man. What was your take on the Keke Palmer situation? I just want to get your white hair.
Oh man, my Facebook went crazy for my take on this. I was like, first thing, I know everybody was like Keke's grown and this, that, and the third, man. But I feel like they attacked him. He shouldn't have put the tweet up.
Facts. Let's
start with that. The tweet was a lame dude move. That was a very lame dude move. You don't tweet the girl you want to be with in front of everybody when she got that big of a following. You want heat. But then it's the uproar that started after that. He lame for feeling like that. Keke grown, she could dance with Usher. I'm like, bro, the average dude on earth don't want their girl dancing with Usher with their ass out. The average dude on earth, whether you celebrity, non-celebrity. And the fact that I'm like, you can't get mad with this man for having his feelings hurt. His feelings was hurt. That's okay. Then it went, he a bum, she a boss chick. But I said, that dude is a very successful scriptwriter. He's just behind the scenes. So where did this he's a bum thing come from? Because she's in front of the camera and he's behind the camera. And that's what's wrong with the black mentality all the time anyway. They feel like you got to be in front to have money. That's not true. All right? It's okay. Like, some people like, well, Beyonce danced with blah, blah, blah on stage and they didn't care. Well, maybe that's okay in their relationship. Some people swing. Some people don't. Some people have threesomes. Some people don't. Some people like to slap each other before they have sex. Some people don't. Right. You got to establish what goes on in your relationship and what's okay for you and yours. And don't worry about the spectrum around you. Because a relationship is between two people, not you, them, and social media. The end. That's what I thought on that.
We should have had you last week.
Yeah.
Well said, well said.
It was insane.
I like it.
It was crazy. And I mean, let's be realistic, man. Keke fine, man, but her ass didn't have to be out. She didn't have to dance like that. She knew that boy was going to get jealous. She knew that boy was going to be jealous. Come on now. But he did. The tweet was lame as hell. You lame dude for that.
You should have had that conversation.
Lame gun. Lame ass boy. You put that tweet out. You could just text her like, girl, we finna have a talk about this.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I remember one time for Halloween, man, when I was on the cruises. I was trying to find a little cheap Halloween costume because I don't celebrate Halloween. And I went to TJ Maxx and they had on clearance this little Superman pajama onesie. And I was on vacation. My wife was on the ship, so I was gonna go visit her for Halloween. We was gonna have a Halloween cruise together. And I put the onesie on, and this is me when I'm about to steal 240, so I'm ripped as a mug. So it's tight everywhere. My wife was like, "Hey, I see your print. You can't wear that." Hey, and that was the end of the conversation.
That was the end of the conversation.
It was like, so imagine if I was like, "Nah, man, I'm a man. I'm an individual. I can wear this. My print can show. Who are you? You can't tell me what to do." That's exactly what relationships are. Compromise.
Right.
You gonna talk about stuff that bother you. She didn't want me to have a print showing around the Disney cruise. Okay. I get it. Yeah. I mean, it was a Halloween cruise. I mean, it was some white people having some way worse stuff. But to me, it's just the fact that it was a Superman onesie. It had the cape and everything. It was $7. I'm like, I'm never gonna wear this again because I don't really celebrate Halloween like that. So I took a picture and sent it to her. She's like, your muscles look nice, but your print's showing. So don't wear it. Deal, okay? I remember I was dating this girl I went on a date with this girl one time, and we took a flight together, and she wore a bonnet. I told her right before she walked in the airport, because we met there. I was like, hey, take that off.
Right.
What are you doing?
You're Dominican.
Is it that serious? I'm not going until you take that off. We will not go to TSA while you had that bonnet on. Now, she had two choices right there. She could have got an attitude, chose to be an individual. The trip was ruined.
Right.
Or she could have figured it out. She went to the bathroom, figured it out, and then we went on our trip. That's it, man. We'll talk to each other. Relationships about talking to each other, man. Damn everybody else's opinion. And I'm telling you something. When I put the post up on Facebook, the married people, the married women, and the women in relationships agree with everything I was saying. Guess who was pissed off?
Single.
The single women.
That don't have a man that won't have a
imagine
man.
that.
Single women was pissed. They was writing monologues. How dare you talk to the queen? How dare she not be able to express herself? I'm like, women just started being naked like 5 years ago. Stop it. You ain't never seen Angela Bassett naked, and she fine as hell to this day.
Yes.
To this day.
Yes. 911.
Still naked. Still fine. Come on now.
Favorite show.
You ain't never seen Michelle Obama in a bathing suit. Still fine. Thick.
Cares
You
herself like a
ain't
woman.
seen it.
You ain't seen it.
It's in your imagination. You got to figure it out right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm off of it. I'm off of it.
All right. Kiki said that the average dude don't want his old lady dancing on anybody for real.
That's on facts.
Number one said, I'm glad you put out the truth, Rod, that Kiki dude is a very successful person within his own rights.
Yeah. Everybody got a little insecure in their relationship.
Kiki said, come through, wife. He put that print away.
Nah, she was so simple. I see her that picture. I felt so. I was like, ooh, this Superman outfit is $7. Boy, I had zipped it. Had the cape that came down to the ankles. It was $7 at TJ. It was only one left. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. I can be Superman.
Right.
I had the guns. I'm 240. I'm all. She's like, nah, bruh.
Not gonna happen.
No, not even that. She zoomed in and sent me the picture of just the crotch area. She's like, this is why you can't wear that. We weren't even married yet. We was in a relationship. And then people like, oh, this is another thing. I'm going to end it on this. People like, he ain't her husband, so she ain't got to respect nothing he say. I was like, so respect don't start till you get married?
Right.
You get the respect starts before marriage. The respect starts in a
Well, don't get
relationship.
married if there's
Single
no
women be
respect.
crazy as hell, bro. That's our problem. That is our problem. The respect. I said, so you need to plan this expensive ass wedding, this expensive ass honeymoon. Say your vows before you start to respect the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. That's ignorance,
And that's why most of them never get to that point.
bro. Yeah, I'm single by choice. No, you single because your last relationship didn't work.
You know how many single women in Atlanta with 4,000 square foot homes? Because of
me
that
off.
very reason.
Yeah, I just need my money. Yeah, till you catch the flu. Who gonna bring you that suit? Boy, that's
Man,
so
let everybody know when you're going to be here.
Hey, dog, August 5th, Rob Mingus turning 40 at Uptown Comedy Corner. 2 shows, one at 7, one at 10. We're going to be in the building. It's going to be me, my boy Jermaine Funny Man Johnson, Jay Anderson from the Country Wayne Skits, and my homegirl T. Sanders. She will be representing for the Studs. She going to come in here and kill it. The Funny going to be here. 7 o'clock. We will start on time. We don't do that delayed show shit. We starting on time. Shaz here at 7. You're going to miss something. Rob Mingus said it.
Rob
August
Mingus
5th.
said it. August 5th. And with that, we'll be right back with our top 5. Oh, boy. Yeah, I had to get you on a high real quick.
Boy.
Anytime you want to come back, you say open them.
Do.
Hey, we back, man. Classic Commentator with JT and Low.
That's a cop.
Rob
Hey,
Mingus.
man, and like my boy JT just chimed in. He chimed in on the text to tell y'all to keep hitting those likes, share, subscribe, all the stars and all that good stuff, man, because it's going to help our...
Algorithm.
There it is. So, yeah, man, Rob Mingus in the building tonight, man. Going to be headlining Uptown Comedy Corner for his birthday.
August 5th, pull up, man. 7 and 10 o'clock. We got 2 shows in here. It's going to be lit.
Because what season again?
It's Leo season,
Oh,
man.
okay.
It's lion season, baby. Let's go. Leo season in the building. Actual birthday's August 11th. I'll be on a cruise, but we're going to celebrate early, baby. There it is, my dog. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
wow, that's crazy. How about
August
that?
11th is the actual day, but we're going to celebrate early.
Oh, that's
Damn,
crazy.
that's crazy. Now that was insane. That's some kind of moment right there. We don't know what it is, man.
I don't know what it is.
We might need to
What's
play
the
the lottery tonight, boy. We might need to buy a goddamn ticket tonight. If I hit for that big tonight, the show canceled. I'm gonna try to ask, can I buy this mug? Hey, how much it cost? Nah, I still do the show. Just I would tell nobody I won.
I know that's right. Right.
Nigga lying with this show.
I'm still
That's
I'm
crazy.
gonna do the show. Just ain't nobody gonna know.
All
My
the
shoes gonna be
lemon,
real
bro.
shiny though. Like, boy, that
Real
boy shoes
shiny?
shiny. That boy shoes shiny hell, boy. Don't worry about it. You ain't never seen these. You ain't seen these. They on the market right here, boy. Gonna have some ox shoes. Go ahead.
Oh boy, too funny, man. So y'all, all right, Minger, man, he gonna be here, man. Get your tickets now, man. UptownComedy.net, boy. It's gonna be a show. You already know. Hey, listen. So we're gonna jump into this top 5. Rob, we do a top 5 every week, man. And
All right.
so I got a different one this week. This one we ain't did before, not even a long time ago. So give me your top 5 movie titles of all time. Your top 5 movie titles just stood out to you of all
That's
time.
easy. Everything from the 90s. That's quick. Thin line between love and hate.
Okay.
Set it off. Let me see. Thin line between love and hate. Set it off. Above the rim. Boomerang. I'm going all 90s. I'm trying to keep it in the 90s.
All right.
Bro, I could just spitball Mo Better Blues. Boy, I can just keep going.
Gotta have a chance.
Come on, man. I'm just like, the names were so lit in the 90s. I just go down to Poetic Justice, Jason Lear. Come on, man. Like, I fire them up.
I be bad enough on this on my own. I don't
What you
need to
got,
get on-
Dwayne?
Come on, hold on. I
You
always
wanna
gotta
get yours out?
I gotta get mine in Dwayne, though. Dwayne knocking him out the park.
Good, what you got?
Cry Freedom.
Cry Freedom.
Jungle Fever.
Yes, that was a good one. I got to find that on DVD.
Set It Off.
Set it off was a good one.
Queen Latifah, boy. Thick to death. Almost on Megan Thee Stallion level.
Hey.
Hold on, say that again.
Megan Thee Stallion, body-wise. We're not talking about talent-wise.
Hold on, what are you saying? What a comparison are you doing?
He said,
You said,
set it off, Queen
wait, hold
No,
up, sir.
I'm
Hold
talking
up.
about Queen Latifah in her heyday.
Stop it. Wait, whoa. Are you saying, what are you
She
talking
was
about?
She was.
What are you saying? Are you
Queen
saying that
Latifah
Queen
was
Latifah and Megan Thee
beautiful.
Stallion have the same body?
No, I'm talking about heyday against now. Queen Latifah back in the day, well, I guess I like them thick, so I thought she was nice.
That's not even the same body type. What are you talking about?
But just this thick goodness, a beautiful black woman.
No,
with thick-
Queen Latifah is beautiful, but I thought you were saying their
I
bodies
was
were
throwing
similar.
on too. I'm glad it wasn't me.
Okay, I'm gonna say, yeah.
I like Queen
Megan Thee Stallion
Latifah,
built
bro.
like a
I
Coke
just
bottle.
set
Queen
it
Latifah
off.
built like a
Queen
2-liter.
Latifah did it for me in that movie.
Back and set it
Every
off.
time.
Set it off. She was wide to set it off.
Yeah.
Now she was fine as hell on Living Single, but on Set It Off she bulked up a little bit to play that butch. Yeah. Don't worry, but she still could have got it now. Cleo could have got it now. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Cleo could have got it now. Don't get it twisted now.
All right, 2 more.
Yeah.
Let's see. 500.
You mean 300?
300.
300.
Sir, that ain't even a good
Sound
name.
always blowing. I never get one right all the way through. 300. Let's see.
I said 500.
This nigga said 500.
MJ always give us one, boy.
Oh, my
you
God.
make the clip so
I
easy for
know
them.
the movies, man. I know the movies. I just
He
can't remember the damn title.
He done added 200 Negroes to the army. That movie went different. They had 200 before.
It wouldn't have 200 more.
They did. That's all they needed was 200 more.
Oh, boy.
Let's see.
5 heartbeats.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm gonna get you that one. I want to give him one. 'Cause like he was struggling.
That's always
My dog. That's what black folks do. See, we help him give back to the community. See what I'm saying?
give it back to
I'm
the
listening to you. I hear you.
Because I would have died bombed on my next one. Good. Appreciate you.
Oh, boy.
Now you go.
Go ahead, Angelo. What you got?
Nah, I'm last. Go ahead, Dwayne.
Y'all was not going.
Okay. Number 5, The Mighty Ducks.
You had a lot of time, bro.
Yeah, I like the Mighty Ducks, man. I like
You said
all
who?
this- The Mighty Ducks.
Mike Ducks. Okay.
Mighty Ducks was a good one.
Number 4.
Real white, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go even wider, man. Surf Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas.
I
Boy,
liked
take that off the list.
I liked all that series too.
You know,
Okay.
these are stoner movies.
Number 3. No, this is a stoner movie. No, this ain't a stoner movie, but this is a black export. The Wood.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Now you back in the zone. Now you in your bag now.
The Wood.
You went white twice.
Number 2, probably one of my favorite movies, Higher Learning.
That was pretty good. It's a good movie.
And, and probably, like I said, this is 1A, 1A and 1B. School Days. This made me want to go to a black college. I seen School Days and I wanted to go. Yes, I wanted to go. And that's what's crazy. I wanted to pledge, but I never pledged. So.
What you know about G5G, boy? Go ahead, man.
I was me, like hits from the street. You remember Milk It?
Yeah, I was silly. All right, so what's it again? Say it again. What was it? All right, here we go. All right, 2 can play that game.
Nice.
Good one.
Very
Good
nice,
one.
Phoenix.
Love and basketball.
Ooh, you killing them. You hooping today.
She gotta have it.
You gotta have it. That was one of mine right there.
You said the title. The title.
Yeah,
is-
title.
I'm gonna judge a movie off your title. Go ahead. So yeah, that's why I was judging him so bad.
That's a great title.
Thank you.
A great title though.
Waiting to Exhale
Ooh,
Okay.
I thought about that one.
All right.
and Identity Theft. You ever seen
Identity
that one
Theft?
with Melissa McCarthy?
Okay.
Like all tears. I cried the whole movie. It's so funny. But
Okay.
those
Respect.
Are
All
my 5.
right.
I'm under pressure.
Somebody said I'm gonna get you
I
something.
just realized Rob is one that he take people black cards, so let me get myself together. He know what I'm talking about.
Oh, don't do that to me, man. Come on, man.
I'm gonna start with my honorable mention, Bill and Ted, Excellent Adventure.
Sir Lane. Go ahead.
All right, Hook with Robin Williams.
That was pretty good.
All right, Tales from the Hood.
That was actually funny.
All right, it's a comedy to me.
It was very comedy.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Yes, needed that.
All right.
Of course, the 5 Heartbeats. And my
heart
I mean, he made a whole song from balled up lyrics in the bedroom. Had his sister singing it. She was on beat. I don't know how they did that.
I don't know
That
how
shit
they
was
did that
amazing.
while they were sweeping.
That was amazing.
And then he always do exactly what piece of paper he need to pick
Right.
up. I
And
don't
she
know.
was on point. Oh my God.
She knew what key was in and everything. As soon as she picked it up. Go ahead.
And the last one is Cadothood. It's an independent film out of England.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Cadothood. Yeah, it was one of the best movies I ever seen where it literally was about the street kids in England. And like, it was dark, but it was dope. I was like, damn. They ain't got no guns. They just got pocket knives.
You like that dude that like number 7 off the album.
Number 7 on the
You like, he be driving, he play that song on the album you ain't never heard for real. You that guy. Like, man, cut that off. That's number 7. I don't-
Those millennials are intelligent.
man. That's funny. Number 7 on the album. That's funny. All right, Monalena, she got The Jerk, Uptown Saturday Night, Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
I give her that.
That's a good one. All the Star Wars and Back to the Future.
Pretty good.
right.
Pretty good.
Number 1 got I'm gonna get you, sucker. Yeah,
course.
a good one. Uptown Saturday Night, Let's Do It Again, The Bone Collector, and Malcolm
Yeah, that was a good one.
and Malcolm
That's my
X.
Okay.
She threw Richard Pryor live at Sunset Strip as honorable mention.
Rock.
Miss Cat Cole, how you doing this evening? She got Something About Mary, Color Purple. Okay, there we go. Color Purple, Coming to America, Black Panther, and Pretty Woman. Number 1 threw in Cooley High. JT chimed in. He got I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, Die Hard. Oh, wow. The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. Good one, Tease. That's a good title right there. The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh. Hey, that was Dr. J. Dr. J was one of the stars in that movie. That's how old that one was. Mo Better Blues and New Jack
I dug
City.
that. I dug More Better Blues.
Say better anyway, not yet.
And I'm never good at it.
That's funny. JT,
it.
finish it. How you better than when you're not here, man?
That's funny.
No, you got it right, Miss Coles. See, my mom chimed in. She got Cornbread, Earl, and Me. Good one.
Excellent movie. Excellent movie.
Yeah, cornbread. So you know about that, but you don't know about, man, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
She got It's a Wonderful
That's where they
Life.
got that scene from in what's that other movie? You know when old boy dies? Yeah, Boys in the Hood, Boys in the Hood. That's where they got that film from.
Boy, no, you did not say when old boy died.
With the mother
when old
200.
boy died.
You're right.
Yeah, Ricky.
So Cornbread Earl and Me, It's a Wonderful Life, Coming to America, Waiting to Exhale, and The Color Purple. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. All right. So I'm going to start off with one that I'm surprised no one picked. Don't be a menace in South Central while drinking juice in the hood. No. All right, I'm going with that one. Let's see. I'm gonna go with Which Way Is Up.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Pulp
That's
Fiction.
A good
That's a good movie. I watch that once a year.
That's a good movie.
Once a year.
Once a year, I had to pop it in.
That's a good ass movie.
I got my movies. I got my classics.
We got your classics.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's 3.
You had a lot of time, Angelo.
I know. I was listening to everybody. Yeah, I'm taking JT plays there. I was listening to everybody. All right, that's 3. All right, I'm just go with Kill Bill.
Kill Bill? Yeah.
Kill Bill. And we'll end it with Menace to Society.
Cocaine.
Django Unchained. That was a good
We're
title.
not gonna do that with the soft D. Nah, we not gonna do that.
Not the song.
Got the silent D. It makes no sense.
Oh, that's funny.
Joker couldn't even read. He had a silent D in his name. D is silent. You can't even read.
Too funny.
But the D is silent.
So, man, listen. Again, we got Rob Ming in the building, man. He's going to be headlining Uptown.
August 5th.
For his birthday, 40-year celebration of
Yes,
life.
sir. Yeah.
And out of that 40 years, how long you been doing comedy?
Oh, man, about a decade now?
Okay.
On and off. But, I started in theater and then transferred over to comedy. So I've been doing a mixture of both, man. But I'm ready.
That's what's up,
I'm ready to rock.
man.
Roll. You see me in here, man. I come to do work. I come to do work, man.
Absolutely. If you don't know Rod, you probably seen him on all the different clips because it's all over social media, man. You work with a lot of social media folk, man. I love Dr. Rod. The Dr. Rod character
Oh, man.
was hilarious, bro. Y'all ain't did that one in a long time.
I
but-
know, man. I got to bring him back. My wife been fussing at me about it, man. But
Really?
I thought he was stealing. You know how you be doing something so many times? I thought he was stealing out. So
Yeah.
I tried to get away from him. But now everybody like, where he at? Where he at? So now it's like, I can't just come back. I got to come back big. So when I come back, it's going to be a production. I might do a Dr. Rod movie or something.
Hey, listen, if y'all ain't seen Dr. Rod, go look up some of these skits with him doing Dr. Rod, man. He plays a doctor, like what's the word?
As a therapist.
Therapist. There we go. For couples and whatnot. When I tell you he be going off,
Bruh.
hey, he be having more argument with his wife on the other line while he giving therapy to couples. Hey man, them
man.
things are hilarious, bro.
Somebody say, hey, man, I appreciate it, man. That was my pandemic creation.
Yeah.
It came through, man. If you didn't learn anything from the pandemic, you learned a lot about yourself, man. I just and I literally created this character that made me get buzz on YouTube. Probably why I'm able to headline now, just because I was in the pandemic. I was having anxiety. I was bored. I was at the house. I smoked a little weed, and stuff started coming out, man. I was like, let's just try it. Yeah. And it was a good creative space, man. I think the world needed a break. So I hope now that everybody's through it, man, I hope it created some good stuff for you, some good characters in you, and made you learn a lot about yourself and how to move forward and whatever's coming next.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up, bro. What else besides, headlining August 5th at Uptown Comedy going to 7 to 10 o'clock. What else you got going on?
Yeah, man. So like I said, I head to Tampa for Conclave. So I leave tomorrow. I'll be at Tampa, Florida, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So if you're down there, pull up on me. Let's see. Then I'm going to start doing some touring with my dog Funny Man and Steve Brown in the fall.
Okay.
I have a couple movies coming out this year. I did a movie called Vampire Mist. Did a TV series called Welcome to the 40s that premieres around Christmas time. I did my first Christmas movie this year. It'll be on the All Black Network. It's called He Who Findeth. And that's it, man. That's what's coming up, man.
That's what's up, bro.
We'll see what's popping, man.
Staying busy, though.
That's it. Trying to get to it, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. MJ, what you got to close out with, brother?
Well, since we've been on a lot of gun topics the last couple of weeks, get your gun license. If we have the governor starts thinking about it, law enforcement doesn't like the move he did. Law enforcement can't stand it because now it cuts half the PC to approach somebody because if you think they're armed, you just can't approach them just because you think they're armed. So there's a lot of people that would get patted down at certain times of night. You can't pat them down now. So it does, and then you're going to be less likely to engage because now you know so many people can be legally armed. If there's alcohol involved, you got to worry about somebody just because they have a legal carry gun that steps out to help their friend and does something that changes the officer's life or his life forever. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's the level of stupidity it took to sign that in just boggles the mind. But I can see that getting repealed or retracted. So go ahead and do the right thing. Go down and get your gun license. When you're in a car, you want to let the officer know my gun's on the street. Here's my driver's license and my carry license. Most officers are going to think it. Their whole mood will change. And you say, well, I shouldn't have to do that. Yeah, you shouldn't have to do a lot of things. But if it lets you go home, hey. But definitely get your concealed carry permit. They're going to tell you you don't need it anymore. Go ahead and get it because it also allows you to carry in most of the other states, other than ones that just don't, recognize it. Everybody on the Eastern Seaboard does. So go ahead and other than New York, Chicago, I want to say Boston. But go ahead and get it. It's only going to cost you anywhere from $50 to I think $98, but it's well worth it.
I think you should do a clinic on that, man, like a coaching for the culture. Just like talk to people about getting their license and why they should, and maybe some gun training. I think it'd be kind of dope.
Okay, appreciate that. I might take you up on that.
Yeah.
How about that?
The millennials?
Hey.
Talk to them.
Hey, listen, folks, good show tonight, man. I want to again thank Rob for coming in, sitting in with us, man, with our dark topics. We got a little light in, but this brother's hilarious at all time, man. High energy. You'll enjoy the show. Come check it out. As again, man, I want to say everybody take care of your people. If you ain't talked to nobody in a long time, man, you still got some beef with somebody, especially if it's a family member, figure out a way to squash that junk, man. Life is too short.
I swear.
We folks checking out here on a regular basis, man. And you don't want to be like, man, I should have, would have, could have. All right? So take care of your own, man. And with that being said, it's Classic Konversations with JT and Low.
That's a cop.
And we out of here. You dig?
August 5th, Uptown Comedy Corner, Rob Ming in the building.
There it is.
With JT and Low, you never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Low. You never know which way to rhetoric. Classic conversations with JT and Low.